Today we're going to do the unboxing of the Ford Diagnostic tool. We're going to cover everything that you're going to need to know, from hardware through to laptop specifications and software and setup, and everything that you're going to need to know before you make that purchase. So here we've got our Ford VCM 3 daily diagnostic tool. Let's take a look inside the box and let's see what we get. Really importantly, the first thing is the Ford VCM 3, the latest generation Bosch VCI. You can see it's got 3 buttons across the front, a few LEDs. Across the top we have 2 USB-A slots. On the reverse side we have our USB-B and we have our LAN connection. Also on this side here as well it is Wi-Fi capable, so we can connect this and use this wirelessly. However, we would only really recommend this for diagnostic processors. For coding and programming, realistically you're going to want to stick to the USB cable. So this is the VCI. We also get in the box, as you do with every Bosch VCI unit, is a standard DLC 16-pin cable. We have our standard USB-A to USB for connecting the device to our laptop, and also inside the box a few user manuals and a set of instructions as well with a USB adapter. So this is the kit that will give you 100% coverage and capability on your Ford and Lincoln vehicles. So that's the tool. Now let's take a look at the laptop. So here's the laptop that we're using for our Ford dealer diagnostic system. It's more than powerful and capable enough of running the Ford IDS and the FDRS software. That Ford's minimum recommendations are, of course, the 8 gig of RAM, 256 gigabyte solid state drive. So with this particular machine, we have double the amount of hard drive space. We operate a minimum of 16 gig of RAM with this particular machine, but that can be upgraded in the future as well should you require. So it's the perfect choice for running the Ford IDS and FDRS software, as well as the PTS as well, that goes viewing all those wiring diagrams, repair manuals that you'd normally find through the Ford Service Info portal. So let's look at the ports on the particular machine. We have all of our standard USB-A, USB-C. We have our RJ45. In fact, with this particular machine, we have 2 of those. RJ45, we have an RS232 socket. So again, this is really over-spec'd compared to the minimum recommendations that you're going to actually want and need. Also with this particular machine as well, you can see it's got a very large screen here as well, so perfect for in the workshop environment. What we will say as well, this machine, we have really over-engineered and we've made this a fully rugged IP65 diagnostic laptop. Most laptops that are out there in the market now, so you look at the likes of the Panasonic and the GTAC, the most common units that are being used are semi-rugged. So this is the perfect solution in your workshop. It will meet all of the demands of the grease, the dirt, the dust, the water spillages, all of those accidents that may happen and occur that a standard laptop would not cope with. So that's the ruggedness covered. What we're going to cover now, so we've covered the hardware, we've covered the software, we've covered the laptop. We're now going to cover battery support units. The idea behind the battery support unit is to provide a stabilized voltage to the vehicle. Now this depends upon the ampage draw from the vehicle and depending on the job that you're doing. The idea behind the unit is to give a flat constant voltage so that it falls within the tolerance levels allowed by the vehicle manufacturer. By doing this, this will ensure that you get error-free programming. To prevent faults and damage occurring on the ECU, this is an essential piece of kit. When you consider that a damaged ECU could run into the cost of thousands of pounds, the cost of a good quality battery support unit falls into insignificance. The flagship model GYS 12112 CNT is the device that we would recommend and is future-proofed for a 120 amp draw on vehicles, far sufficient enough to cover the modern vehicles that are on the roads today, such as your Mercedes-Benz, your Jaguar Land Rover and your VAG vehicles. Not to mention the run-of-the-mill vehicles as well, such as Ford and Vauxhall and PSA. Now those require a slightly less ampage, so better to be overprotected than underprotected. A battery charger will send a voltage to the battery until it sees that it's reached the correct level, then it'll drop. So what you'll end up with on a battery charger is a voltage level that is constantly adjusting as things are being switched and taken off. Whereas with the battery support unit, you get that clean, constant line, keeping you within those tolerance levels. So that's a little bit of a small little sample of battery support units. We go into that in a lot more detail in a specific GUIS battery support unit video. If you want to know more or want to watch that video, click this link here. So a few things to know before you go out and make that purchase of your Ford Diagnostic system are the operational costs and the subscriptions. So you'll need to be registered on the Ford Service Info portal. Again, subscriptions can be purchased by the hour, the day, the week, the month or yearly. So again, there is a solution out there whether you're an occasional user or you're a Ford fleet repair operator. There's something out there to suit everybody. Also on there included in your subscriptions are wiring diagrams, repair manuals and technical documentation. So make sure you check those out to get the most out of your subscription that you're purchasing. These are now included as part of your one-time purchase option. So it's no additional subscriptions now required for technical documentation. So make sure you check that out. You will need that subscription to be able to log into the IDS and the FDRS software. There are currently 2 different methods of logging in now. So if you want to know more, then you can speak to one of our dealer tool support technicians, our DTS. You can become a DTS contractor customer from as little as £99 a month. Those guys will quite happily navigate you through all the pitfalls and make your smooth transitional journey to operating and running dealer diagnostic software. So that's been our Ford VCM unboxing video. If you want to know more, look at our buyer's guides. We've spent lots and lots of times developing these. So everything that you'll need to know from operational to installation and everything we've covered in this video is in the buyer's guide. If you want to see the package bundles that are available for you to purchase, visit maverickdiagnostics.com.